talk about fights, we talk about matchups, we see it, we predict them, we see how they're going to play out. We do all these things, but I don't think boxing does a good job developing storylines and what these storylines are going to lead to, right? You got to get one matchup to build up another matchup to build up another matchup so that people know where they're going. One fight is connected to multiple other fighters, and I don't think boxing does a good job. This is where I'm going to come in. I used to do these things all the time, but just like a little picture and I put guys there. I'm going to do a video on it. We have Teofimo Lopez fighting Jermaine Ortiz at 140 pounds for the WBO strap. Now, what is this going to lead to? If Teo wins, what is it going to lead to if Jermaine wins? Now, if Jermaine wins, I think it leads to a Teofimo rematch. I don't think that they have this fight and then just have Jermaine go on without rematching Teofimo. So I think if he wins, that's what that leads to, a Teofimo fight. There also is not a lot of other guys they have at 140, which leads to if Teofimo wins, what happens there? Right, Teofimo wins this fight. What is there for him at 140? Now, you would have to think that there's going to become a mandatory. It's going to come about, right? And that would be number one, who is Arnold Barboza. Now, Arnold Barboza signed with Golden Boy. They try to make that fight for it. It's not going to happen. Either Barboza's going to turn it down, or Teofimo's not going to take that fight. So then let's go to number two. Jose Ramirez just signed with Golden Boy. So either, and they try to make that fight this Thursday. That was the original fight they went for. Didn't happen. Those are two possible Ryan Garcia opponents. Most likely one of those is the next Ryan Garcia opponent. So it's not going to fight Teofimo Lopez. Go to the next guy, Richardson Hitchens. Now, Richardson Hitchens would take that fight. Richardson Hitchens and Matchroom would send him to Top Rank to have that fight. But that has high risk, low reward for Teofimo. He's not going to take that fight. Top Rank's not going to take that fight. They would rather drop the belt. But they're not going to have to drop the belt. Because with WBO, when you are the champ and you want to move up in weight, you can become the automatic number one challenger to the champion in the weight class above. Just so happens that's Terrence Crawford. But we have to imagine Terrence Crawford's not going to be 147 pounds much longer. Most likely going to drop these belts. And when he does, Top Rank just happens to have the guy that's ranked number one, Giovanni Santillan, right? And that would either move him up to being champion, or he would have to fight the number two, which would be Crowley. Now, Crowley has multiple other options, so he might not be Crowley. An interesting name that's in the rankings, who's already ranked, hasn't even fought the weight class yet, is Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor is number 5. Now, I have a feeling that Josh Taylor is going to be moving up those rankings as well. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Giovanni and Josh Taylor 1 and 2, or Josh Taylor at 3. Would not be surprised that happens. Now, if they move Giovanni up to the become champion, right? He becomes a email champ or whatever, wherever you have it. I expect Teofimo, who has been talking about fighting Terrence Crawford, but I think that's even a bigger sign that he is moving up in weight. Is really what the tell is there, is that he will move up in weight because there's no one to fight 140 Top Rank has. They all left. There's no storylines there unless someone's going to move up, like Shakur Stevenson, which I don't expect anytime soon. He's going to go to 147 pounds and fight Giovanni Santillan, or the winner, Giovanni Santillan and Josh Taylor. This could all lead to a Josh Taylor rematch at 147 pounds. These are the implications of what the fight we're going to see. These are the storylines that can be led, and this is what direction it could go for these fights. I do expect this is a Teofimo. Just can't see the landscape changing. Last fight at 140 pounds. And I do expect him to be at 147 for his next fight.